All right, so that's reason we are using basically Outlook to verify their LinkedIn profile, any associated uh, account on LinkedIn with that email ID, because and Outlook is basically a Microsoft product. So Microsoft and LinkedIn data, there's an integration between these data, so it's easy to cross verify. Similarly, if you're able to find a list of email IDs or a Gmail IDs, or if you're able to generate the email IDs using an email primiter, maybe a Gmail ID instead of company name here, instead of Accenture.com, we are just giving a gmail.com. So we get this Poonam Rungta. Let's try this too. So if it is gray, I still be suspicious, but if it is a default pattern, which is like white and blue, then I would say that's not yet existing. So I would be still suspicious for this kind of a stuff. So let's say similarly, Uttam KR is we did last week. Come here, go here. You will see the profile pics also. Sometimes a little bit of that face recognition technology also we need to use. We see their LinkedIn profiles, we see their uh, profiles, Google profiles expanded. Just try to see a face recognition part, and you'll be able to see whether they are the right email IDs and associated with these people or not. So that's for the Gmail server. Similarly, if you have a Yahoo account and you are suspecting such of a Yahoo email IDs, go to Yahoo Compose, put a Yahoo email ID, and you'll be able to see associated account with Yahoo. Similarly for AOL, whichever. So server to server. On Google, we are doing all Gmail server. Now the best part, let's say, okay, now if you say S Gurram at Twilio, which is my official email ID, and we are using Google for business. So the best part, personal Google can also identify Google for business email IDs. Someone else who is using Google for business and share their email IDs? Anyone using Google for business? Basically, Google paid version. Yes, no?
No, Shiv.
No one? Okay. Otherwise, if you see here with my official email ID also, Google is pretty much verifying it because we are using Google for business. So same photo here, if you see here also, that's the same photo on my business account. All right, let's come back here. So that's about verifying using Google servers. This is about verifying using Microsoft server. Similarly, Yahoo server. Similarly, whichever the free email service provider servers are existing in the market, you can definitely go ahead and use it. Now, let's say we come across some of the email IDs. Now, let's say this email ID, poonamrungta@gmail.com. Now, accenture.com. Okay. So what we have taken this one, first name dot last name at accenture.com. Now, let's say now there are some list of people who is not using LinkedIn Recruiter. Okay, at least here they are sourcers, and we know that they are using LinkedIn Recruiter, and there's pretty much a possibility of they are signing up on a LinkedIn using their official email IDs, and that's the reason we got a concrete proof over here in the call. But there might be a people, let's say if they're not a recruiter, a non-TA department, non-HR department, they might not sign up on a LinkedIn using their official email ID. Okay, so what we do, how do we verify those email IDs, whether those official email IDs are triggering or not, are basically existing or not. And that's where we have some of the email verifying tools. Like if you see in our last call, one of my mentor, Raj Paul, has suggested Proofy is one of our email verifying tool. Earlier, what I was using is verify-email.org. Some 7-8 years back, I signed up using $5 and still I have a credits for it. So let's say single email address. So this is email verify, first name dot last name at Accenture. And we've seen that in our last call, it's still little outdated now. It says bad, but now the recent versions of it, email verify fire sites, verify email, login. Where do I give? Okay, so yes, tick marked. Okay, deliverable result. If you say deliverable, so what it does in a backend, it hits using this email ID. It hits their HTTPS server. So if you know, like if you're using Google for Business, or if you're integrating your Google with the Outlook, then you know that you need to integrate POP email or Gmail servers, or HTTPS servers, or DNS servers. So what it does, it in a backend, it takes that email ID and it hits their server. And if it is returning back successfully, then it says that, okay, fine, this is something which is deliverable. So let's say email tester. So there are a number of email testers in the market. So let's say Hunter also is one among them. Mail tester, verify email address. So what this Chrome extensions are doing, basically, they're taking a combination of all those, whatever we see up in an email perimeter over here, keeping their official email IDs, taking all this combination, taking a bulk, and then directly hitting into this email testers, mail servers. And these mail servers again going and hitting their HTTPS DNS servers. And if it is verifying it, if it is coming back successfully, it says that yes, it's existing. So if I say, yeah, format, okay, valid, type, professional, email status, valid. So one is like in LinkedIn for recruiters, it was easier for us. But if it is a non-recruiter, if it is like business development, or if it is a CTO, CEO, or anyone, just a non-recruiter, maybe a software developer also. But if you want to know their email IDs, we have created this first name dot last name at accenture.com. We have a list of email IDs now. Now we want to see that, okay, fine, whether these email IDs are existing or not. So let's say Mohit Soni. Okay, Deloitte. Let's say now we'll just go back again. DE Deloitte. Okay. Arshila. So Rocket Rich. What is Rocket Rich suggesting? Okay, 93% of them. First name, first underscore initial last, JDOI. Okay, JDOI at Deloitte.com. And first and last. All right. So Mohit Soni. This is for Accenture. Okay, let's change this one a little bit. DELOITTE, Deloitte.
one tool called Apollo.ai that also we can use for this getting a
Yeah,
business
just
email.
the format and understanding. Now there are a number of tools, Namrata, actually. Just that, just do a research, whichever works for you. Just take that. Okay, fine. Let's stick to this first. JDOI. Okay. So for this guy, Msoni at DLOITT. Let's take this. Go here. Msoni. Seems not valid. The email syntax is correct. Connecting to MX records in backend. So in GoDaddy, if you register your business email, then it says that sync your MX records. So it's connected its MS record, but in return, it did not give anything. So let's see here. I'm Sony at Deloitte. Okay, yeah, it's invalid. So it's not returning. Though the format is valid, but email status is invalid, server status, it's not returning. SMTP servers, these MS records point to. So though the server, the kind of an email ID is valid, but it's not returning. It's not returning means this email ID is not existing. So let's take a second format of it. First and last. So what's his name? MOHIT, Mohit Soni. Mohit Soni at Deloitte. Yes, this seems to be valid. Let's take the same Mohit Soni. Go to people, new contact, new contact. Sony. Let's see if he has signed up. Yeah, that's Mohit Soni, sourcing specialist, Deloitte. See full profile on LinkedIn. It will take you to full profile on LinkedIn. So yeah, I'll just take a pause. Any doubts on this? Any confusion or anything? Okay, Prashant K. Prashant has shared. Prashant, is this your Google business account? Let's come here. Okay. So yeah. So prashant.k at vpngroup.com. So Prashant is using Google for Business. So if you see in Gmail, we can actually cross-verify the entire Google data. So Google for Business also, it's getting verified. All right. So that's how we cross-verify this official email. And there are a lot of tools actually. Okay, just search for email verifier and you check this email tester, verify email address, email checker. So many hundreds of tools are there in the market. So what these Chrome extensions do, they take the combination of first name, dot last name, first name, dot initial of last name, initial of first name, last name, first name, initial of last name, at so and so name, company name.com. Create means put that thing in a backend, means as a programmatically. If you write a program, manually we are doing, it's taking so much time. But if you programmatically, if you use machine, it just the seconds of job for them. So they put it and then hit into the and send it to the email checkers, then whatever returns back, it says that, okay, fine, it's valid. And that's where we'll be able to see this Chrome extension says, okay, fine, this is the email ID, which is valid. This is the email ID, which is still suspect. Some of the Chrome extension would show you red, orange, and green. Green means it's valid. Orange means though the format is existing, format is correct, but still this HTTPS server, whatever is returning, is not returning successfully. Like some email verifiers we've seen that, okay, fine, it says bad or something here, okay, invalid, okay, though the format is correct, okay, server status is valid. And that's where this kind of a result would be shown in orange. Maybe you can try, and then email status, if it is valid, then it says, yes, this is valid. This is what is the existing email ID. See, here also it says valid, because that's returning back again. So those DNS sources, server status, if you see here, we verify the MX records are present for the domain and that we cannot connect to the SMTP. All right, status. The email address can receive emails. So in a backend, so it's also using a technology behind it by hitting those email IDs to those servers and trying to see if there's some response. What kind of a response? Something like if you say simple, let's say this one, and let's say same email ID, I'll use it. Just give me a second. Same email ID, and I'll just remove K. We just go. How do you hit? So this is manual hitting. So one email went through and one email might get bounced. So I might get that. In case if that email ID is not existing on that account, then I might get in some time. Immediately it bounces back. So similarly, technically, like if you say, yeah, now it bounced back, address not found. So that's how this also shows, okay, fine, address not found, invalid. So technically in a backend, when it sends an email and try to see what kind of a response it would receive, if it is receiving success, it says success. If it is not receiving success, if there's a bounce immediately, it says it's bouncing. So those in the technical terms, in a what we say, in a very easy to understand manner, but otherwise this is what they are doing in a backend. So yeah, I'll take a pause on this. Okay, Shiv, any idea if we view LinkedIn in profile in Outlook, will it count as a LinkedIn profile? No, it will not count. That's an amazing question, Shri. But now, if whatever the profiles we are viewing in a LinkedIn, no, that will not count as a LinkedIn view, because LinkedIn views are only count only when we are viewing on LinkedIn. If we are viewing on third party, it doesn't count. Okay, another learning here, I'll tell you. As I mentioned in our last call, okay, there are some account settings in which we need to select how our profiles would be viewed by third-party applications. Okay, now if we say full view, it will give us as it is view. But now the recent Mohit Sonis we have created. So this person would have selected not a complete view, but the short view without a photo or anything. But if you see these profiles, they would have selected the default selected option. It will show the entire profile, previous companies, education, and everything. But even for this person, what it's showing, it's just showing his first name, last name, not even a profile and nothing else, just the current company. So just the short view. So in our own LinkedIn account, we have some of the setting, how our profile should be viewing by our second degree connections or out of network connections, or what we say, or third party applications. So this person might have chosen this kind of an option where nothing, connection also we can't see, just the short. Okay, experience, sourcing specialist at Deloitte, first name, last name, location, and title and company as it is, but nothing else. But wherein this person, they did not have selected a very specific option. They would have gone with the by default option, which is the complete profile view. And that's the reason we are able to see the complete profile. All right, I'll take a pause. Any further questions on this? If no,
Is it a good way to communicate a job opportunity on official ID?
depends. Now, let's say if not just the job opportunity, if you're trying to generate some of the leads, if you want to generate clients for your organization, so how will you reach? You'll reach on official email ID only. You would not reach them on a personal email ID. So when for generating a lead, when for generating a business, when we're trying to identify what we say client for our business, and we're reaching there on their professional email IDs, then why can't you reach out even a candidates? It depends. So if you're reaching out to CTO is okay with someone reaching out to on their official email ID for a business reason. So it's pretty much open-ended, I would say. Generally, industry say it's not recommended, but I would say if you're not getting it, if you need to find out the way. All right. So this is about it. So let's move on to the next. So that's about a Chrome extension. That's about how does this Chrome extensions are programmed in the backend. What is email tester? What is email verifier? What else? Email perimeter. Now let's go bulk email generation. Google Contacts we covered, Gmail Compose we covered, Limeail we covered, LinkedIn some cool hacks we covered, Excel. Now let's come to site. Okay, site hackerrank.com/profile// then Java and Bangalore. That's it. A simple search, some 42 results. Oh, let's see Bangalore or Bengaluru. Karnataka. Only 45. 159. Okay, maybe in India, people uses more of HackerEarth. Let's see HackerEarth. HackerEarth.com/@ Only one profile. Nice. Here, there was a space was not there, so that's the reason it just give one profile. And after giving space, we got number of profiles. Now let's say, okay, I'll use the same search. Because with that account, I have exhausted the limit. Recipe creator, new recipe. Rose. Fine. These are even not required. That too. Whole URL is not visible. Let's see. No, whole URL is not visible here. This is the whole URL about this result beta. How to see view URL. Show full Google URL. This is again connecting to some other country's server. Okay, so if I add this, it would show we hover it. Same thing, actually we're able to see. So no need to add this extension. Any other idea? What's happening for HackerEarth? This is for HackerEarth, HackerRank. Okay, for HackerRank, at least we're able to see. Chalo, let's do this on a HackerRank. HackerEarth, maybe I actually informed one of a person from the HackerEarth, this is how we can X-ray. And after that, it actually stopped. But otherwise, we used to see the whole URL like this. I don't know about this beta result from where, maybe a Google feature only. Let's see if it is working on a personal Google. Okay, it's working on a personal Google also. So this is okay. Anyways, so now let's say if this is the, so these are the people actually on a HackerEarth who has signed up by using their Google account. So when anyone is signing up by using their Google account on not just on HackerEarth or HackerRank, it could be any of the sites. Okay, so most probably what happens is how the URL are structured is like that company.com / that particular format. and whatever the text before @gmail would be, that would become their user URL format. And then we just go here. Let's take some 4 examples in the interest of time. So yeah, we just did this. Now. So we just want to break the formula. This will be formula driven. Okay, so either in a Gmail Compose or over here. Okay, so this is she. So as I mentioned, unless if it is not blue and white, I would not let that go. I'm still suspecting. Okay, because it's coming in a different color. If people would have used Samsung or any Android phones and uploaded their photos like this, we'll be able to see their photos. So now let's say same, we'll take this. So she is at Publicis. Shraddha, anyways, it's showing it's verified here itself. So Shraddha Kanodia, senior software engineer at Target. So this person, Ravi Shankar 29, not associated any LinkedIn. In URL, Ravi Shankar 29. Okay, this person is existing on with this email ID on Hacker Earth and academia.edu. Ravi Shankar output, hydrophone based followers, independent.academia.in. 14 followers following, total views. But yeah, some profile is existing. This is not associated, but Rahul 1075. So some Chrome extensions you would see, they would show where all this person has a footprint, their Twitter account, their Facebook account, their LinkedIn account, their GitHub account. So this is one more logic they use behind it. In URL, colon. So this person is existing with this similar ID on a Pinterest and here. So yeah, Rahul Vishwanath here like this. Rahul Vishwanath. Rahul Kumar here, Java developer, Mevnir. Rahul Kumar, MAVNIR. All right. Copy image, create search Google for this image. This would take us where? Vidya Tech Digital. Not existing. Sprinkler.